Jimmy Stewart Airport Runway 5K in Indiana, PA. Finished, third overall, first in my age, with a time of, I think, 19:03, give or take a couple seconds either way. I'm not sure what the official time was. I didn't look at the official results. Age group was a little bit weird. It was like 37 to 43. It's a little different than other races, but I was first in my age because they only do top one overall. This is the medal that we get. Pretty nice looking medal. Top overall gets this runway light that they repurposed. Well, they decommissioned or whatever you want to call it. And then it goes down to the age group, and they just do top one in age group. Because over the years, it's been a little bit of a smaller race, but now it's grown. So now there's over 100 people, so they're going to probably start doing more in the age groups. But anyway, obviously it's a runway airport type race, so it's pretty flat, pretty long, and what I like to call mentally taxing. It's not a hard course to follow, obviously, because it's on a runway. So you really only got, 3 turns, I think it is. So yeah, you're not really going to get lost. If you get lost, there's something wrong with you. I'll be honest with you. I wasn't really expecting much today. I was coming in not really to win, because some of the people who I knew were here, I wasn't going to be able to beat. So I wasn't too excited to race. So I came and I videoed as I ran today with my GoPro. So I'll have that up probably the end of the week. Just so people get a feel of what a airport 5K is like. Basically, you could see a vast distance in front of you. We'll say like a mile down the runway, and it doesn't look that far until you keep running and you're like, well, I'm not really getting anywhere, until you probably actually get like 7/10 out of a mile down the road. Then you're starting to get closer to the end. That's when you really notice it. But before that, it does feel like you're not really making any progress at all. So anyway, wore my GoPro. I wasn't expecting much. I was just going to shoot for my age group. Because I think there was like 124 or 125 people pre-registered. So the biggest crowd that they've had for this race in their 4th year. So it's been growing. I know the first year they did it, it was during the air show, and I was expecting that. This year, there wasn't the air show weekend. Because I told a couple of people, oh yeah, the air show's afterwards, so I sort of lied to them. But I didn't actually know. We took off, and Colton and a couple other kids took off right away. And I was like, yep, let them go do their thing. You just hang back, do yours. The first probably half mile and the last half mile is surprisingly grassy. I think that's just the taxi part of the runway, or whatever they call it. So it does have a little bit of cracks, and it's not as maintained as the rest. So you get down, we'll just say like a half mile, and you make a left onto the actual runway, and then you run the mile up one way, and then you do a loop back into like the middle runway or whatever. I don't know what the difference is. A mile back, and then you do that last half mile on like the taxi part, and that's pretty much it. There was a few people that were missing the finish line chute, and I'm like, how are you not seeing the orange cones? So that was a little bit weird. I was just like, whatever. I moved into 3rd, probably a little over a mile into the race. Or wait, no, I was in 4th, a little bit over a mile in the race, and I took 3rd place probably about 2 miles in. I passed the one last younger teenager kid. about then. And it was just basically running from there, maintaining pace. I really wasn't running hard, trying to keep my heart rate down. I think I was doing between 6:05 and 6:15 for all 3 miles. Obviously my time was like 19 minutes, so that puts me about that time for that last 10th. Nothing really too exciting per se to talk about. Again, I wasn't really racing, more coming for the experience again. I mean, if nobody showed up today, I would have raced harder and knocked my time down a lot more. But I was a little bit sore this morning. I think it was because I did the Rail Trail 5K yesterday, which just beats me up. So that's why I was stiff this morning and sore. I thought about that later. Plus my MP3 player, it wasn't working. So I had to carry my phone with me and use my phone. I was just listening to some Joe Rogan Protect Our Parks podcast instead of music like I usually do. So I wasn't really doing my normal routine or anything like that. So a little off my game. But I'm happy with third, happy I came. Saw some friends racing today, took some clips for YouTube, and that's about it. Since I wasn't really racing anybody, or there wasn't really anything like strategy-wise per se to take note of. It's just an early start race. The race started at 7:15, which is odd for a 5K. So that means you have to get up really early in the morning. I think I got up at 5:30. Again, which is abnormal for a 5K. Now, if it's like an ultra marathon or something like that, or a marathon, that's a little bit more normal. But for a 5K, a 7:15 starts more the abnormality or whatever. But with it only being a half an hour from home, it's not really a big deal. I just didn't get much sleep. Probably 4 hours, maybe 5 last night. So I'm going to go home and sleep. But after I eat this, bacon and pancakes, which I'm taking home. They had a bunch left over, apple juice and orange juice, and some eggs, but I didn't get no eggs. I guess I'm going to leave it at that. It's easy race recap. Probably run a couple more miles today. Hit my 30 for the goal week. I don't know, it's just nice to see this race grow a little bit. It is a little bit of an oddball type race because there isn't really many airport 5Ks. Of course, how many airports would really let you run on them as well? So that's kind of different. Other than that, I don't know. Everything else was pretty straightforward. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Fuck it.